I don't think Dan can tan. Frank, if Chelsea sign Xavi Simons, will they win the Premier League title this season?
There's no win. There's no. They missed out win. So we don't know what it is.
Yeah. There's.
We don't know what it is. Dan Summerton is going for.
Yeah. It has win here, so maybe the graphic just.
Okay.
I'd avoid to point out the mistake by the graphic people, Shaq.
Yes.
You know this is a team match.
Now they're gonna get yelled
I
at.
thought it was a mistake by Dan Summerton.
Guys, this question
I was just making the point that we don't know what Dan Summerton is talking about.
This question was for Frank. Let Frank have his 2 minutes of fame. Frank?
I don't think so. I mean, I really appreciate Xavi Simons. I saw him starting at Paris Saint-Germain. I saw what he did to RB Leipzig. But again, there is a difference between playing for RB Leipzig and playing after for a big club like Chelsea. And there is a way to settle down the quickest as possible. But we don't know how it's going to be Xavi Simons. And if you have to compare right now, Liverpool and Chelsea, for example, you will say that Liverpool are the favorites. But it's encouraging to see the signing that I saw from Chelsea, and Chelsea can be, let's say, one of the contender, but more, I would say, more one of the 4 teams for the Champions League. But to pretend that you can win the Premier League, you still need more consistency and more experience for me.
Let me go to Gab quickly on this one. Gab, what is the latest on this one? Will Chelsea get Xavi Simons?
I think it's blowing hot and cold. I think he's made it very clear that he wants to move on. I think Leipzig are ready to cash in. For me, the big question with Xavi Simons is what's the knock-on effect going to be on the rest of the team? How is it going to impact Cole Palmer? How is it going to impact Enzo, who's going to play where? You know, these are just questions. You don't just drop Xavi Simons into a team and say, oh, look, he's a good player. Chelsea have made a bunch of other signings. What does Maresca actually have in mind? And like I said, with Chelsea, it often looks like, oh, look, here's an asset. Let's sign him, and then we'll figure out what to do with him later, knowing that if he's young and if he's talented, you know, we can always kind of flip him and sort out our books if it doesn't work out for us. So, yeah, I don't know. He adds depth, sure, but would he crack the starting 11? I'm not 100% certain.
Just for a little bit of context, because we seem to be loving Xavi Simons and Benjamin Sesko and these players from Leipzig. Just a reminder, Leipzig missed out on the top 4 in Bundesliga. And part of the reason as to why they missed out is because Xavi Simons was not playing at his best. Benjamin Sesko was not as productive as they thought he would be. Lois Openda was coming up short. I'm just saying, we seem to believe and think and project that these guys were magnificent over here, they're going to be great over there. Well, they were not magnificent over here. And so that projection as to magically they're going to be great somewhere else, I think we're taking a leap with both Sesko and Xavi Simons.
Gab?
I think I'm right in saying that I think they lost 8 or 9 games out of 10 in the Champions League. And if there's a cautionary tale to the model, it's Leipzig, because this is a team that accumulates talent and then says, all right, we'll figure out later how the pieces fit together. And this is why I'm not 100% on Xavi Simons. Does he add depth and make you better? Yeah, but Chelsea have added a lot of players that add depth and make them better. But then you got to come up with a lineup where it makes sense for these guys to play together. So I don't think it's Xavi Simons who puts Chelsea over the top.
All right.